Alright then, Celtic supporters, gather around because today's update is going to light up your green and white hearts. The energy around Parkhead has been absolutely electric lately, and the buzz in the stands feels like the good old days are back. This is Celtic Central News, your home for everything Celtic, and what a moment to be part of this journey. You can almost sense it, something special is happening again at this club, and everyone is starting to believe that the boys are back on track under Martin O'Neill's guidance. From that fierce victory over Rangers to the commanding league display against Falkirk, the spirit within this squad is alive again. It's not just the results, it's the belief, the fight, the spark that was missing not long ago. Now, everyone's talking about one question: who's going to take the reins permanently? Will Martin O'Neill stay on and continue to lead this Celtic revival, or will the board look elsewhere? That's the debate filling every pub and social media feed across Scotland right now. Mark Geady, speaking recently about the situation, threw two names into the ring that have caught the imagination of fans everywhere. According to him, if Martin O'Neill decides to step aside, then the next Celtic manager will be one of two men, Kjetil Knutsen or Kieran McKenna. Both are ambitious, both are respected, and both could bring their own unique energy to this team. Kjetil Knutsen, the mastermind behind Bodo/Glimt's rise, is someone who knows how to build a team with identity. He's taken a modest Norwegian club and turned them into a powerhouse capable of competing with Europe's best. For league titles, deep runs in Europe, even a memorable journey to the semi-finals of the Europa League, that kind of record turns heads anywhere. What stands out about Knutsen is his philosophy. His teams play fearless football, pressing high, attacking with intent, and never backing down regardless of the opposition. You can easily imagine that kind of mentality fitting into the Celtic way, especially at a time when fans are craving intensity and excitement on the pitch. Then there's Kieran McKenna, the young and ambitious boss who's made waves in England. From guiding Ipswich Town out of League One to leading them into the Premier League, his rise has been nothing short of remarkable. McKenna is known for his tactical mind and ability to get the best out of his players. Many who've worked with him speak about his attention to detail and how he pushes his teams to play with purpose and precision. Even though he's not yet lifted a major trophy, his impact is undeniable. For Celtic, a coach like McKenna could represent the future, someone hungry to prove himself on the biggest stage and bring fresh, modern ideas to the Scottish game. But let's not rush ahead too quickly, because right now, Martin O'Neill is the man in charge, and he's breathing life back in a Celtic park. At 73 years of age, he's showing that experience and passion never fade. You can see how the players have responded to him. Their energy, their confidence, their hunger to win. O'Neill's presence alone seems to have reminded everyone what it means to wear that shirt. There's something poetic about it, too. A legendary figure returning to steady the ship and reignite belief among supporters who had started to lose faith. His leadership in these crucial weeks has been nothing short of inspiring. It's remarkable how quickly things can change in football. Not long ago, Celtic were stumbling, fans were restless, and the mood around the club felt uncertain. Brendan Rodgers' final stretch in charge was overshadowed by inconsistency and frustration. But since O'Neill's return, there's been a visible shift. The team looks sharper, more organized, and more united. The fans can feel it, too. Those roars echoing through the stands aren't just for the goals. They're for the sense of pride that's returned. Celtic beating Rangers in the Premier Sports Cup wasn't just another win. It felt symbolic, like the dawn of something new built on the club's proud traditions. And amid all the managerial talk, there's another story capturing hearts: the rise of Callum Osamand. The young talent brought in from Fulham had a tough start to his Celtic journey. For months, he seemed invisible under Rodgers, and supporters began wondering why this promising player wasn't getting a fair chance. But as soon as O'Neill stepped in, everything changed. Osamand didn't just get minutes, he got trust. Thrown into a high-pressure game against Rangers, he seized the moment, coming off the bench and finding the back of the net in that stunning semi-final win. The roar that followed said it all. A new hero had arrived, and the fans were ready to embrace him. It's a fascinating twist, really. While Rodgers was focused on transfers and future plans, a gem like Osamand was waiting in the shadows. Former players have questioned why he was sidelined for so long. Chris Boyd asked what many fans were thinking. How could someone with that kind of sharpness be ignored? Stephen Naismith, with his coaching insight, suggested that the hectic schedule might have played a role, that sometimes a player simply doesn't get the opportunity to prove himself in training. But under O'Neill, those excuses vanished. The new boss came in, took one look, and decided this young lad was worth trusting. And that's exactly what he did. For Osamand, that faith meant everything. Standing on the Hampton Park pitch after the match, he spoke about how tough the past months had been. The waiting, the doubts, the moments of wondering if he'd made the right move. But scoring in that game changed it all. It wasn't just a goal, it was a statement, a reminder that patience can pay off when the right person finally believes in you. Charlie Mulgrew captured it perfectly when he said players like Osamand must have felt terrible being constantly overlooked, especially when the manager was openly talking about needing new attackers. Imagine being a young striker hearing that every week. It eats away at your confidence. But this is football's beauty. Sometimes all it takes is one game, one goal, one manager's faith to flip the entire story. That's the mood right now at Celtic, a mix of relief, excitement, and belief. The fans are sensing that something's shifting. The team is fighting again, the atmosphere is buzzing, and every player seems ready to prove himself. Whether it's O'Neill continuing the journey or a new face like Knutson or McKenna stepping in, what matters most is that Celtic look alive again. There's momentum, there's direction, and most importantly, there's unity. And that unity might just be the most important thing of all. Because Celtic, at its best, has always been about more than just football. It's about heart, pride, and a sense of belonging that runs through generations. Right now, those elements are shining brighter than ever. And as long as that fire keeps burning, this club will always find its way forward. The story unfolding at Celtic right now feels like the start of a new chapter, one where belief and determination are guiding the club back to where it belongs. Every match under Martin O'Neill has carried that old fire, the kind that makes supporters rise from their seats and sing louder than they have in years. The rhythm of the team is coming back, and it's not just about tactics or formations. It's about passion, commitment, and pride in the badge. You can sense it in the way the players chase every ball, the way they celebrate every tackle and goal. There's a spirit returning, something deeply Celtic that had gone missing for a while. Martin O'Neill has always been a figure who commands respect, not just for what he's achieved in the past, but for how he connects with people. His calm authority, his knowledge of the club's culture, and his ability to inspire belief have transformed the atmosphere. Even at 73, he carries the same spark that once made him a legend. You can see how the players look at him on the touchline, like they're playing not just for themselves, but for him, for the fans, and for the shirt. That's what Celtic needed, leadership rooted in passion. And while discussions about the next permanent manager continue, the names being mentioned show the club's ambition. Kjetil Knutson's footballing philosophy would fit seamlessly with Celtic's attacking tradition. His Bodo/Glimt sides are known for their relentless energy, pressing high up the pitch, and fearless approach. Imagine that intensity being brought to Celtic Park on a European night, the kind of football that gets the crowd roaring from the first whistle. Knutson has proven that you don't need the biggest budget to compete at the top level. What you need is identity, structure, and conviction. Then there's Kieran McKenna, a younger coach with a bright future ahead of him. What he's done with Ipswich Town shows his talent for development and motivation. Taking a club from League One to the Premier League in such a short span speaks volumes about his leadership. McKenna's analytical style, combined with his ability to connect with players, could make him a fascinating choice. Celtic has always been a club where young managers can make their name, and he might see it as the perfect stage to build something lasting. Still, with O'Neill steering the team right now, it's hard to ignore the momentum. His decision to bring players like Callum Osamand into the spotlight has not only added freshness to the squad, but also sent a message that no one is forgotten and talent will always get its chance. Osamand's rise has captured the hearts of fans. Every time he steps onto the pitch, there's a sense that something exciting could happen. He's young, confident, and carries that spark Celtic fans love to see in a forward. His goal against Rangers wasn't just a moment of celebration. It symbolized faith being restored, both his and the supporters. It's interesting how quickly perspectives can shift. Not long ago, the mood was tense, and discussions were dominated by transfer frustrations and uncertainty. Brendan Rodgers' time ended with questions and doubt, and many wondered how long it would take for Celtic to recover their identity. Now, under O'Neill, you can feel the optimism growing again. It's in the smiles of the players, the chants from the stands, and the belief that this team can fight for everything. That connection between supporters and players, once fractured, is slowly being rebuilt. Celtic's resurgence isn't just about results. It's about rediscovering character. Look at how the players respond to adversity now. When things go wrong, there's no panic, no dropping of heads. They fight back. That resilience, that Celtic spirit, is back. The veterans are stepping up, the youngsters are thriving, and everyone seems to understand what's expected of them. The balance between experience and youthful hunger is giving the team a new dimension. As for Osamand, his story has become a lesson for every young player waiting for their chance. He went from being overlooked to becoming a fan favorite in a matter of weeks. His journey reminds us that football isn't just about systems or statistics. It's about opportunity and belief. When Martin O'Neill threw him into that semifinal, it was a risk, but a calculated one. And it paid off. Since then, Osamand has been playing with the kind of freedom that only comes when a manager trusts you. That trust is what makes great players flourish. The response from the dressing room has been just as powerful. Senior players have spoken about how O'Neill's presence has lifted the entire squad. His focus on unity, hard work, and humility has reignited something inside them. You can see it in training, in the way the players interact, and in how they celebrate as a group. It's not just 11 individuals on the pitch. It's a team again, one fighting for the same purpose. Fans, too, have noticed the difference. The atmosphere at Celtic Park has been thunderous, almost nostalgic. The songs, the flags, the sheer emotion of it all, it's what makes this club unique. When the team walks out, there's a sense that they're carrying more than expectations. They're carrying history. And that's why every win feels so important right now. Each match is another step towards rebuilding not just success, but identity. Of course, the questions about the future won't go away easily. Whether O'Neill stays or someone like Knutson or McKenna steps in, the key is continuity. Celtic need to keep this momentum, this togetherness, alive. The board will have decisions to make, but they must remember what's working now. A team united under clear leadership, playing football that excites and inspires. Whoever leads next must understand what Celtic stands for: attacking football, relentless work, and pride in the shirt. The road ahead won't be simple. There will be challenges, tough fixtures, and moments that test this new spirit. But for the first time in a while, there's genuine belief again. The fans are dreaming, the players are performing, and the manager, whether it ends up being O'Neill, Knutson, or McKenna, has a foundation built on passion and promise. Celtic are not just playing football again. They're playing with identity, with soul, and with that unmistakable roar that echoes far beyond Glasgow. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Rumors are swirling around Lennoxtown after what insiders describe as a tense and telling outburst from Celtic's Japanese star, KYOGO Furuhashi. The normally composed forward is said to have lost his patience during a recent training session, reportedly raising his voice and declaring, "No pressure, no title." A rare flash of temper from the usually smiling talisman. Those close to the camp suggest KYOGO's frustrations have been building for weeks. While his work rate remains relentless and his smile still lights up the pitch, whispers of growing discontent have started to surface. Some teammates, speaking off the record, believe he feels the squad has lost a bit of its edge, that sense of hunger and intensity which carried them to glory not long ago. One insider hinted that the message wasn't aimed at anyone in particular, but rather at the collective mood. "He's a winner," said a source familiar with the situation. "When things feel too comfortable, he gets restless." KYOGO's not interested in easy days. He wants sharpness, urgency, pressure. That's where he thrives. Fans have taken to social media, torn between admiration and concern. Some praise his passion and leadership, saying the club needs more voices like his, while others worry the outburst could be a sign of deeper unease. After all, few players in recent years have embodied the spirit of the modern Celtic quite like Furuhashi. His goals, his energy, his connection with the supporters. For now, the club has remained silent, offering no official comment. But around Glasgow's East End, the chatter is only growing louder. Was KYOGO simply pushing his teammates to higher standards? Or does this mark the beginning of a more serious rift inside the dressing room? Whatever the truth, one thing feels certain. When a player of KYOGO's stature speaks, especially in frustration, people listen. And in the green half of the city, those words, no pressure, no title, now echo louder than any goal celebration. Hello, fan. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.